Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Kata and I'm talking today about an interesting topic, and it came to me actually while I was in meditation this morning, and it came through as a message like for myself personally first, and then I thought, I'm like, wow, this is awesome, like I should really make a video about this and share it with you guys, because the topic I'm talking about today is the power of belief. And it's something that I had to evaluate within myself significantly, because I realized that although I want certain things in my life, if I don't believe that I can have those things in my life, then, are they ever really going to truly manifest? And I realized the answer is no, they're not going to, because our belief is like your core vibration. So there has to be an understanding within humanity that our beliefs affect our core vibration. As a matter of fact, it determines the core vibration. And so if your beliefs are very negative, not only about yourself, but perhaps about the world, about other people, about circumstances and situations, if you're always in a very negative place, and you believe those negative things to be true, then you will experience them to be true as well, because your belief stems from your core vibration, and that core vibration is what you emit. It is what you're constantly resonating out of yourself. And so the universe responds to energy, the universe responds to resonance, meaning that whatever we vibrate out of ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly, is what we are going to then get back. The universe doesn't discriminate, and it certainly doesn't evaluate or determine like what you're asking for or what you're wanting based on your vibration. So it's just constantly giving you what you are in vibration. And beliefs have a tremendous amount to do with this, because again, if you're not looking at your true core beliefs within yourself, especially about yourself, then you're really not going to have a clear understanding of how you are constantly creating negative scenarios or situations for yourself, right? And we don't understand this for most of our lives. Like, I think so many of us go through life not realizing that the beliefs that we've picked up along the way through interacting with other people, through our childhood, these are all things that we really, most of the beliefs that we have, and that we share with other people, are other people's beliefs. They're not even our own. They were simply things that were told to us. They were certain like circumstances or situations that made us feel a certain way, creating a belief, therefore. So that is something that can be, it's like a program. It's something that can be shifted and that can be changed within us. And the way that we do that is through positive affirmations, through actually out loud saying the complete opposite of the things that we currently believe about ourselves to be true, that are very negative or toxic in nature. So I have a whole bunch of examples here that I'm going to share with you guys about this, like specific beliefs, the result that belief will then get you, and then I'm also going to share with you sort of the counter to that. So like the new belief that you are going to replace that negative belief with. So now, before I get into those examples, the first thing I want to mention is that so we all do this actually. So we all make choices daily based on our core beliefs. And that's really something to consider, because if you think about it, your core beliefs are basically influencing your daily life every single day and every moment of every single day. So what choices you make, what you decide to do or not do, is 100% based on your beliefs. And those beliefs, in most cases, are very, very subconscious. A lot of those beliefs have been accumulated over time. So it's not something that's like new necessarily. This has been, it's our most of our core beliefs have had time to get ingrained into the subconscious mind, and it has gotten ingrained in there because it's been in there for so long, and because we've continued to feed that belief through accepting it. And if I look at my own life, and if I look at how I'm able to restructure my life now as a result of getting this clearer understanding about my beliefs and realizing what my beliefs are actually, because that was one of the main things, is I didn't even really realize the beliefs that I had that were constantly sabotaging my life and sabotaging my daily choices. I had no awareness of that, but now that I do, now I'm working really, really hard and making sure that I'm not having that show up in my life, and that it's not interfering with my daily choices. Like I have to literally um, delete and and reprogram and replace those negative beliefs with new ones, so that I can actually accomplish the things that I truly want to accomplish, that I couldn't accomplish before because I didn't believe that I could. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to get into the examples here now with the negative beliefs, and then, like I said, I'm going to give you the new. So I just kind of went with some really common ones that people have. So here's a negative belief, for example. Number one is, I'm never going to lose this weight. Right? That's a very, very, very common one. It's a belief that I've had for a long time. It's something that I've struggled with too for a long time, because I was working out and putting in the work and whatever, but the underlying belief within me was that I was never going to lose the weight. And guess what? The weight wasn't going anywhere. It was sticking, and it didn't really matter how much I ate or didn't eat, or how much I worked out or didn't work out. The weight was really not coming off. And I know, sure, from a physical perspective, yes, there's of course all the external factors, but those external factors, like again, the choices that you're going to make regarding your body weight are going to be ones that are going to be based on your beliefs. So if you believe that I'm never going to lose this weight, then guess what? You're not going to, like, the result of that belief is that that you won't even attempt to do anything about it. You're not even going to try to lose the weight because you already believe that you can't lose it, no matter what you do. Another example here of a negative belief would be that I'm never going to win the lottery. Another really, really common one. A lot of people struggle with this. And I find it kind of interesting how many people invest money into the lottery, right? Some people buy tickets weekly, some people buy tickets monthly, some people buy tickets even more regularly than that. However, all of those people have something in common. And this is something I've realized, that all those people that are buying these tickets fundamentally do not believe that they're going to win the lottery. So the result is of having a negative belief that I'm never going to win the lottery. And this could be super deep seated in the subconscious mind. So you may not be aware of it consciously, because again, it's a program running in your subconscious. But the result is that you keep buying tickets in hopes of winning, but deep down, you kind of know you're never going to win. And you know you're never going to win because of a feeling, and that feeling stems from your deep belief, that subconscious belief that's planted in the mind somewhere. So I would recommend to not buy tickets until you actually can get yourself to a place internally first, to where you can actually truly believe it and like embody that belief. Because if you're just going to keep buying tickets but fundamentally not believe you're going to win, then the result will be that you're not going to win, and you're only going to contribute to the jackpot, but you're never going to receive it. Okay, so number 3, so third negative belief, common one, very common one, is that I am not worthy of a loving, harmonious connection. Now, that again, coaching a lot of people and talking to a lot of people, I see the struggles that people have in their relationships and connections. And again, I know and I can recognize now and see in so many women that I've talked to, for example, that have had a desire for a harmonious, loving connection and have wanted that in their life, but at the same time really didn't believe that they were worthy of it or that they could even have it. And that, like, guilty as charged right here. I was definitely one of those people, just not truly believing that I can have a loving, harmonious relationship. Why? Because my past experiences have shown me otherwise. My past experiences have led me to believe that I wasn't worthy of it, because I went through so many difficult relationships that were not loving and not harmonious. So that belief in itself has actually really sabotaged the relationships that I have had, and has caused me to continue attracting people over and over into my life that I wasn't compatible with, that were not harmonious, that were not loving and kind, and were just not able to show up for me in the way that I needed to. So I found that to be really interesting, and it's something that I've worked on really, really hard to shift within myself. And I've now finally come to that place within myself where I know that I deserve a loving and a harmonious relationship, but it took a long time to get there, because that belief was so deep within me. And it was so deep, like I said, because of those past experiences, because of it repeating over and over and over. However, it was repeating over and over because of the belief. So it's kind of crazy. Okay, number 4 is another negative example, negative belief example, is that I'm not good enough for that job or for that promotion. And I just kind of like threw some commas in here, or like to have that house, etc., etc. Like there's like, fill in the blank really, for this part, because most of us don't feel good enough for many, many different things. We don't feel good enough to have like a new car, or not good enough to have that, like I said, the job or the promotion, or like a really nice house, or just a nicer house than where you're living currently. And the result of that belief, that negative belief, is that you don't get the job, and you don't get the promotion, and you don't get the house, because your fundamental belief, again, your core belief, is that you're not worthy of it, is that you can't have it, is that there's something flawed within you that is going to prevent you from having that. And that is never the case. That is never ever true. That's just, again, it could be based on poverty consciousness that, you inherited or learned from your parents. Perhaps if you grew up in poverty, or even not necessarily poverty. Like I find even just like middle class people, or lower middle class people, can oftentimes very much get stuck in that class and stay in that class because they don't believe that they're worthy of climbing that ladder, of getting higher and having more. We were never rich growing up, my family, so we definitely, had the basics and things like that, but we didn't take family vacations. Like there was just so many things that we didn't do because of a lack of money, that it instilled continuously a lot of negative beliefs about money, about not having it. And that too is something that I've had to really, really work on for a long time, to override that horrible programming within me about money and about what I can and cannot have in life. You see, there was so much limitation, in my parents when they were young, and they had so many limiting beliefs. And unfortunately, they taught us those limiting beliefs as well. And so this brings me to like my next point, which is that we really need to evaluate our beliefs on a daily basis. Sorry, just looking at my notes here, 1 second. Yeah, so we really need to question actually our beliefs on a daily basis, and determine if it makes you feel free or caged. This was something that, it was like a little exercise I did for myself. Like now I look at core beliefs within myself, and I tune into like this feeling, because that's what I was doing in my meditation, is I was tuning into the actual feeling of like, it's true, like say poverty consciousness. If I have poverty consciousness and I have negative beliefs about having money, then how does that make me feel on the inside? And if I really tune in, it makes me feel super caged in, restricted, limited, tight, not expansive. So that's how you determine, is like all of the different beliefs, is just, does it make me feel free or does it make me feel caged? And then I wanted to also share those new examples in just a minute. But to shift negative beliefs of lack, use daily affirmations and keep repeating them until the negative beliefs don't resonate anymore. So that's something I'm noticing as well, is the more that I keep repeating the opposite of my negative beliefs, so turning them into a positive belief and then keep repeating that, the more that gets ingrained within me, and the more that I am able to start to really feel like this shift within myself. I really start to notice how just everything changes, like how my perspective, right, and my outlook on everything and the possibilities that are available to me really, really changes based on that. So affirmations are, really, really simple. And sometimes people don't do things because they're too simple. It's like humans have this tendency to overcomplicate everything. And we always think that to solve problems and to solve negative things in our life, we must, really like over process, overthink, and overdo. And that's not the case, not at all. As a matter of fact, I'm finding that the simpler I keep things in my life, and the more simple I like, the more I go with just like simplicity, the more I find it actually makes it so much easier to adopt that new thing, and it makes it so much easier for me to start like living that, excuse me, on a daily basis, and actually feeling that on a daily basis, and then make like embodying it and making it like a brand new belief within myself. So so like I said, you just got to keep repeating those positive affirmations until it fully resonates and until it fully becomes your brand new belief. And you're going to know when it's your brand new belief, because the old stuff is just going to fall away, and you're going to be like, "Oh my god, I can't even believe that I used to think that or believe that." Okay, so for those negative examples that I used earlier, so the first one was like, I'm never going to lose weight. The new belief for that would be, I'm losing weight so effortlessly that I'm feeling lighter and stronger every day. And then guess what? Your actions are also going to start following through. So first you start, even if it's like really difficult for you to get going with exercise or with working out or whatever, then just start with the affirmations first and start telling yourself and convincing yourself and reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe the new thing, which is, I'm losing weight so effortlessly that I'm feeling lighter and stronger every day. And you keep repeating that and you keep repeating that. And then one day you're just going to be like, I actually really do feel light, and perhaps maybe even the scale may have shifted and you didn't even do a workout. But then you're going to start to get motivated, because now you're going to start to build momentum towards that new belief. And then you're going to start to get motivated to actually go and do something about it, and start maybe hitting the gym or getting a gym membership or signing up for a class or going for walks more regularly or picking up some weights or whatever. Everything needs momentum. The second negative belief was that I'm never going to win the lottery. So the new belief for that is that I'm so grateful for winning the lottery and changing my and everyone around me, my life and everyone around me, for the better. So can you get into programming your subconscious mind into realizing that having a positive belief about winning the lottery versus I'm never going to win it is going to really shift you on the inside, and not just because for the sake of the lottery, but you have to understand there's a why here. Like, you have to know your why are you worthy of that lottery, right? And when you think about that and you start to realize that, man, I could change so many lives with that money. I could really create a very positive impact, not only in my own personal life, but in the lives of my family and my friends, perhaps, or the people that are around me, the people that I feel that would be worthy of that help, So there's really important reasons for why we should be questioning our beliefs. The third negative belief was that I'm not worthy of a loving, harmonious connection. So the new belief for that is that I am so grateful for my highly compatible, loving, and harmonious partnership. Now, can you imagine saying that every single day? Being a single person and you're saying this every single day. Well, eventually you're going to attract, and then when it starts to really sink in and you start to embody it, and it starts to become a feeling within you, that I'm so grateful, and like you feel the gratitude, you feel grateful for my highly compatible, loving, and harmonious partnership. And you repeat that on a daily basis, several times a day, definitely before bed. And before you know it, I think the partner either will show up for you, or you're going to really start taking some steps to seek out that partnership, to start looking in the right direction, in the right spot for that partnership. And the very last example that I used was that I'm not good enough for that job or for that promotion or for that house. So the new belief for that is that I am worthy and capable of getting that job, that promotion, or that house. Because, and I put dot, 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 and because why? So again, here I'm bringing this up. And this was the very last point I wrote down, was that you have to know your why. Why are you worthy? And why are you capable? Or how are you capable? Right? Because even for a job, for example, or for a promotion, you could be at a huge company and there could be, hundreds of people vying for the same job or applying or trying to get the same job as you. But if you fundamentally start to focus and meditate on truly believing that you are worthy of that job and that you're capable of doing a really good job in that new job, then your likeliness of actually getting it is going to exponentially grow and increase. So, do you want to stay stuck and stagnant? Do you want to be the one who never gets picked? Right? It's like the kid that never gets picked for to be on a team or whatever, right? Like, do you want to be that person, or do you want to be the person that does get picked and that does win the lottery and that does attract the right partner and the person that does lose the weight? All of this is determined by your beliefs. And your beliefs, like I said, influence your life every single day. Every single day. So I'm noticing in my own life, that is why I'm sharing this video with you guys, that if I can change my core beliefs, and this is something that I've known for a long time, that I've carried a lot of negative ones, but I really didn't put in the effort to fully change them, to really shed these old beliefs. But the time is really, really now to start shedding old beliefs of ourselves for humanity as a whole, as a collective. And I think humanity needs to start seeing how much more capable we are of shifting and of rising to higher levels of consciousness. Because we truly are. And our belief is what will determine whether we're going to make it or not. So, like I said, that goes for the collective, and that goes for each and every single individual also on this planet. So with that being said, I will leave you just with one final thought, and that is to really evaluate, be willing to dig deep, be willing to go deep enough within yourself to figure out what your fundamental beliefs are. Write them down, all of the negative ones and the positive ones, and then rewrite all of your negative ones into positive ones, and then read them out loud. And if you start to do that every single day, if you go through that list every day and read your new positive beliefs out loud, you will shed the negative ones in no time. So thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, and for subscribing to my channel, for being here. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe or to like the video, but it does help me hugely to grow and to help share these messages with lots of other people who also need to hear them. So thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.